Welcome back to Adventure Repeat. Here we are on this beautiful day to do the first oil change on this 2024 Chevrolet 2500 HD. So now we have about 1,400 miles on it. This is a brand new engine. This is the L8T 6.6 liter gas engine. I know it's early for the manufacturer, but we want to really get that break-in engine oil out to make sure all the debris is out, to make sure this engine lasts forever. So we use Amsoil here. It's a great product. We love it. It's been great for us. It's taking care of all of our vehicles. So this engine takes 5W30. So Amsoil has their 5W30. We got their filter to go with it. And cool thing about Amsoil is they send you free coupons for stuff. So we got a funnel pack. So that works out pretty nice. And who doesn't love free stickers? So here we are. We're going to show you how to do it right here. Hood release for these trucks. Right here underneath the dash. Pop it. You can hear that pop real nice right there. Hood is open. Hood release tab is right here. Simply just slide it to the side. Allows the hood to come up. Key note with this is this first oil change, we did warm up this engine a little bit. So that way it got everything stirred up. Got all the metal and debris that is inside the engine, inside the oil, stirred up in it. So when we drain it, it has the best chance of flushing it out from the bottom. And then we'll pour a quart of oil in there to back flush it, just to make sure it's all cleaned out and ready to go. So that was how to get underneath the hood. One thing I love about these trucks is they sit up high enough. You don't need jack stands to get up underneath them to do oil change. And I also love the way GM designs their engines, because oil drain plug is right there, oil filter is right there. Nothing away below it, nothing away above it. It's right there and easy to get to. That is the filter number for an AC Delco filter, PF63. If you ever want to go just with a standard replacement instead of Amsoil, this takes just a standard 15mm wrench. Sometimes these are tight by hand, where having a small little oil filter wrench makes life a lot easier. For 1,400 miles, the oil color doesn't look too bad. It's definitely brown, so it's definitely got some wear to it. Not seeing a whole lot of metal flakes to it at all, so that's always a good sign. We'll cut up the filter and see, but as it is, it's definitely looking old. It's the first oil change, so that's the hardest time in the engine, is the first oil change, so that's why we do it early. But it's not looking too bad. Clean that drain plug nice, so I can sit off to the side. Put it on the rags. Then we'll go over here to the filter. It's probably not on too tight, but oh yeah, it's tight enough for the filter wrench. It's helpful. Better than using a screwdriver, even though I have had to do that before. I do not recommend that option, because if it gets stuck on there and you can't get it off, well, now you can't drive away to a shop to go get it taken care of somewhere else. So it's always best to have the right tool for the job. It makes life a lot easier. It is normal for oil to spill over the filter just like that, because there's oil in the galleys that are above that go down, so you'll have that drain out just like that for a little bit. I like to let it drain for a bit, because I try to keep the mess down to a minimum. So look on the top of the filter. Not seeing metal shavings or things like that, but I'm going to dump this out, because I'm going to actually cut this open and see what we got going. So Get as much oil out of there as we can. So now I've already flushed this out with an extra quart of oil. Just poured a quart of oil in through the top with the drain plug and a filter off just to flush out whatever was in there. So it's still flushing out. You can see it's actually pretty clear looking oil. I'm going to take my finger and make sure the seal is free of dirt and debris, the seal surface. Just wipe it off on a rag, just kind of go through there. Usually there is not where it seals, but I like just to be extra sure because I'm here. I'd rather do it and find out I have a bad oil leak when I'm driving down the road. So that is done. Next thing to do is take my new oil filter, Amsoil, right there, and take a little bit of oil, put it on the seal. Just like that, to make sure it's all lubricated up, because that will make it easier for you to take off the next time and helps promote a proper seal. Then spin it right up on there and tighten it up. You just usually do it hand tight, tighten it in there by hand, and then I'll take my drain plug right there, make sure that seal is clean and it's good to go, and then I'll put that back in just like that. Take my 15mm wrench, snug it up nice and tight. Don't have to reef on it, just have to get it tight to make sure it doesn't back off. That's enough right there, and then fill it in from the top. Engine oil fill is that cap right there. You pop that off and that's where the oil goes into. A key note to remember with these new engines, it is Dexos Gen 3 required. Not all oils do that, so your 15-minute oil change on the corner may not do that with their bulk oil. So Amsoil does meet and exceed Dexos Gen 3 standards, so be sure to check to make sure whatever you're putting in there is approved. Now that we have started the engine, we verify it was building oil pressure, we shut it down. So now we gotta check the dipstick. Dipstick is right here, yellow one, pull it out, it's on a cable. And we're gonna check to verify the oil level is full. And if it is, we are good to go. One thing to note on these trucks is they tend to be shipped from the factory without grease and all their ball joints and control arms and stuff like that. So you want to make sure that you grease everything every time you get an oil change, and sometimes just grease it from the factory anyways, because apparently this didn't have much in there. I didn't have much in mine, so it's what it is. But upper ball joints, lower ball joints, outer tie rod ends, pitman arm, idler arm, and idler arm face. Those are all the 9 points you need to make sure they get greased. Pitman arm, or upper control arm right there. Lower control arm grease zerk is right there. You get it from the back side. Outer tie rod is right there. And then pitman arm is on top of that. And the pitman arm base, you can see right up there. So it's easy to get to. Tie rod on the other side is right there. And then you can see the pitman arm is up in there. Actually, it's better to see from this side. Right there, that is the bottom of it. So you come around the top, and that's where the grease zerk is. So that's pitman arm. We got to make sure they get all greased. Here we are. We're going to try a little science experiment together, aren't we? We're going to cut this open.
Yeah.
You've already got it picked out for the right size. Ooh, you even got it tight on there. Good job. So now I'm going to hold this, and you're going to spin.
Okay.
Spin the red thing. Spin, spin, spin. Keep going.
So cool.
We're going to find out if there's any cool treasures in there. That's why there's little rollers.
Oh,
Put your glove back on. Good job. All right. Hold on. Tighten it up just a little bit. Okay. Now keep spinning. Spin, spin, spin.
Spin.
All right. It's open. All right.
How could it be opened?
See? Look at that. That'll get it.
Yeah, how can... Oh.
Drain back seal. Yeah, a little bit of sparkles in there, but not much. I'm sure it can't show up really in the camera, but that's there. And now here is the filter.
Whoa. I can touch it anyways.
I mean, in the sun you can see little bits of very, very fine sparkles, which is pretty normal.
I'm touching
what you expect to see.
I touched
You're touching it? Yeah, that's why you got gloves on. So everything is looking pretty good otherwise. This is what a filter pleat looks like on the inside of an AC Doco filter. See if there's anything in the bottom.
Yeah.
A little bit of sparkly oil, but nothing major, nothing big we're seeing. All right. Can you put a handprint on the box? On the box, not on the oil. Oh, there it goes. So that's it. Nothing too crazy looking in there. That's a little bit of the science experiment, pulling it apart. So that was the first oil change on this GM L8T 6.6 liter gasoline engine. So hopefully you liked what you saw. Be sure to like the video, comment, tell us what you think, tell us what else you want to hear about, subscribe. We got a lot of great content already on the channel, a lot more great content coming. So have a great day and have a great adventure.